Hi, this is Shannon Albert from WDW and today I want to talk to you about one of many special events at Disney World, and that is the Halloween party. So get all the details and find out, is it worth it? We'll talk about it. Okay, so as always, we should start with the basics. So you know what I'm talking about. Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party is a party that takes place in the fall. Really, it starts in August, which is kind of like summer. In fact, I'm wearing a Halloween shirt and Halloween ears to film this, and it feels really silly outside of Disney World to be in Halloween mode. But it does start in August now and takes place a few nights a week all the way through Halloween. Magic Kingdom closes early on party night, so the party can start at 7 p.m. And so if you're going during that time period, you'll have the option to purchase the tickets to attend the party. Now the prices of the parties vary depending on if you buy in advance, what date you're going, and there are some discounts available if you're an annual pass holder or a DVC member. And they can vary. I think it's anywhere from $75 to $125, but you can look it up online or at the link in the description. I have all the pricing available there. And with that ticket, you can get into Magic Kingdom as early as 4 p.m. Even though the party doesn't begin till 7, you can go in as early as 4 o'clock. So between 4 and 7, you can do non-party things, and then from 7 to midnight is when the actual party takes place. So you don't need a regular park ticket. This ticket alone will get you into the park starting at 4 o'clock. So that's what it is. And I would like to talk about what you can do during the party to help you decide if it's worth it for you. So first up, let's talk about trick-or-treating. It wouldn't be Halloween without trick-or-treating. And at Magic Kingdom, during the Halloween party, you can trick-or-treat throughout the park. When you go into the party, they give you a bag that you can use to trick-or-treat, or you can bring your own if you would like. If you want to have something that's more sturdy or bigger that can carry more candy, you can always bring your own into the park. Now, I don't recommend doing it early on in the evening because then you're just lugging heavy candy around all night. You might want to wait till the end so that you can kind of get it before you leave, but that's totally up to you. For people that have allergies, they do have allergy options, and that's something you can check into when you get there. But there's information on the map, there's a link in the description, about where to go for the allergy-friendly treats. So trick-or-treating is definitely a great thing during the party. Second, let's talk about costumes. So costumes are a big part of the Halloween party, obviously, but what's really fun for adults is that it is a rare chance to get to dress up, because normally there are more strict rules about being in costume, but during the Halloween party, people are encouraged to dress up. Disney does have more strict rules than they used to, and so you'll want to check the guidelines before you go. But basically, as long as your costume is family friendly and doesn't have weapons, and you don't pretend to be a character and sign autographs in the park because they don't want you to get mixed up with the real characters, then you're good. But costumes are a big part of the party. I do have to say though, with relation to costumes, you need to think about a couple of things. One is the heat. So I'm from Kansas, and when I was little, we planned our costumes based on walking in the snow in case it snowed. And there were times when I was little that it did snow. So we had to make sure that we could have a costume that would, work around coats and snow boots and things like that. Florida, Orlando is the opposite. You need to plan something cool. Do not wear anything super warm because you will be hot. I went to the last Halloween party of the year one time because I was trying to do Halloween party and Christmas party in the same trip. So I was at the very last one. It was so hot. Now it may not be that hot always on the last party, but it's definitely going to be warm. So plan for something cool. And the second thing is to plan for something that you can put a poncho on, because this is during hurricane season. I mean, let's be real, Florida gets a lot of rain year round, but during hurricane season in particular, you have to think about it as a factor. So a costume that is cool and will allow you to throw a poncho on will be ideal. Now let's talk about the special entertainment that's available during the party, because that is a huge draw for a lot of people. First up is the Boo to You parade, which is a special parade that is Halloween themed and starts with the Headless Horseman, who is a big attraction, for that parade. And it takes place 2 times each evening during the party. My recommendation is to go to the second one because the second one should be less busy, but you do have a choice of 2 different ones. Another thing that takes place in the special entertainment category is Hallowishes fireworks. Now, the old fireworks show was called Wishes at Magic Kingdom, so this is Hallowishes, the Halloween version of it. And what's great about Hallowishes compared to Happily Ever After is that you can be in lots of spots and still have a good view. Happily Ever After, the normal fireworks show, you really need to be close in order to catch all the elements of it, but Hallowishes and any variant of Wishes, you can really be outside of Magic Kingdom if you want, and you will still get a good view. So Hallowishes is something you need to catch. It takes place 1 time during the party, and you should try to definitely budget some time for that. Another thing that falls under the category of special entertainment is the dance parties. And these are basically a chance to dance with the characters in a couple of spots at Magic Kingdom. Over in Tomorrowland on the stage there is Mike Wazowski and Sully. So they'll be playing music and you can dance with the characters. And then new this year is in Fantasyland, they have a Disney Junior party where you can dance with Disney Junior characters, including Doc McStuffins. So for people with little ones, that will be a big draw. Another special entertainment item is the Cadaver Dance Quartet, and it's 4 guys, hence the name quartet, and they are singing throughout the evening, and that's something that you should definitely catch if you will be attending the party. One other piece of entertainment to mention is the Hocus Pocus stage show, which takes place on the stage in front of the castle. I have to admit, I'm not a huge fan of stage shows. I just find them difficult to see and not super appealing, and you have to be so close in order to see it compared to fireworks where you can be further back. But for people that like stage shows, they often say this is the best one that Disney does. So I would highly recommend that you budget some time in your evening to make sure you catch it. All right, next up for things that take place during the Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party is character meets. And these are the most popular thing during the party. They certainly have the longest lines. And the reason for that is that there are rare characters that you don't normally get to meet during the party. So people want to go and they start lining up very early for these. Now there are some normal characters available during the party as well, like the princesses that you can meet in Princess Fairy Tale Hall. But I would definitely spend time on some more of the rare characters since you can do the others anytime. So some examples of very popular characters would be Jack Skellington and Sally, all 7 dwarfs you can meet at the same time. Moana, who used to be available to meet in the parks and she no longer is unless you attend a party. And like Elvis, Stitch, Lotso Bear. There's a few really rare and popular characters. And so if you are a character person, you should definitely research the list ahead of time, link in the description, and figure out how you want to plan your time because you will need to allow a lot of time to line up to meet them. Next up for the Halloween party is exclusive merchandise. So if you like to buy things, they do have things for sale during the party that you can buy. And these the 2 main places that you'll be able to shop are the Emporium on Main Street and in the Storybook Circus section, the main gift shop there. Those are the 2 main places you'll be able to get merch. There's lots of different things available, clothes, special magic band, various things. There's also pins and you name it, they have merch for it. So if you want to buy souvenirs, you should definitely check into that during the party. And hopefully they'll have things in stock when you go because sometimes they do run out. All right, next up, we gotta talk about rides because obviously it wouldn't be Magic Kingdom without all of the rides. So the rides are almost all open. The link in the description has the list of rides that are open. Most of them are open. The one that is noticeably missing this year is Jungle Cruise. So just if you want to do that, do it before the party, but don't count on riding it during 7 to 12 p.m. But you will not need or you will not be able to get fast passes. So if you're trying to book them or you're confused about that, don't worry. You won't need them and they won't allow you to. Most things will not have a long wait. Some things still will, and in particular Seven Dwarfs Mine Train, but it won't be like the normal wait during the day. but everything is pretty much a walk-on. 3 rides this year have Halloween enhancements, and that is Space Mountain, which goes completely dark and has a different soundtrack. That is the Mad Tea Party, which is the teacups, and they have a Halloween overlay. And then Pirates of the Caribbean will have pirates walking throughout the attraction. So speaking of fast passes, I want to do a little side note here while we're talking about them. The fast passes aren't available during the party, but they are available between 4 and 7 if you want to get them. Now you have to listen carefully because you have to follow these rules if you want to try to get them. First of all, you can't have any other fast passes earlier in the day. So let's say you want to start your day at Epcot with fast passes and then go to the Halloween party at night. You will not be able to do that if you can't have any other fast passes on that day if you expect to get them between 4 and 7 with your Halloween party ticket. The other thing is, if you are on a trip with regular tickets and a Halloween party ticket, you need to book all of your fast passes with your regular ticket and then go back and get fast passes with your Halloween party ticket, because if you don't do that, it will not pick it up correctly in your My Disney Experience account. But you can get them between 4 and 7, so you could get one at 4:25, 26:20, as long as they all start before the party begins. All right, yet another thing you can do during the party is photo opportunities. And these are where PhotoPass photographers are stationed in specific spots, and they will create magic shots for you. So you can pose for instance, in front of Magic Kingdom, or there's a couple spots on Main Street. And when you get the pictures in your My Disney Experience account, there will be magic shots that are exclusive to the party. So if you are interested in the pictures, especially if you already have Memory Maker or an annual pass, you should make those stops so that you can see the pictures in your account. Next up, let's talk about dining, because there are some special dining treat options during the party. I should tell you up front that these are not included with your party ticket. The Christmas party, you can get treats for free. They're included with your party ticket, but the ones I'm about to tell you about are not included. The only thing that's free at the Halloween party is the trick-or-treat candy that you can get. But everything that is a special treat that is served like in a quick service restaurant is just Halloween themed things that you can buy. And Disney has, I think I counted 17 special things this year during the Halloween party. And they're available at all various quick service and little, kiosk type places throughout the park. Have pictures and locations and descriptions of everything if you want to click the link in the description. I would not recommend eating during the party because that's kind of a waste of time to sit down for a meal, at a table service, in my opinion. But if you want to pick up some of these fun snacks, that will be your chance to do it. All right, next up, Sorcerers of the Magic Kingdom. Now this is a game that you can always play, an activity that you can always play at Magic Kingdom and collect Sorcerers of the Magic Kingdom cards. I will link to what that is in the description if you don't know. But during the party, they have a special card every year that is available. This year, the theme of the card is Orange Bird, and he has his Juice-O-Lanterns, I think is what they called it. So if you are a Sorcerers of the Magic Kingdom fan, you need to be sure to pick the card up this year. Okay, so how do we put all of that information together and create a plan? So let's talk about what I think the priority should be. So I think your priority should be things that you normally would not be able to do. So that would be meeting rare characters, that would be the special entertainment that is available during the party, like the fireworks parade, that kind of thing. And that would be trick-or-treating, and maybe going on some rides with little weights, right? So we need to sort of figure out how to put the puzzle together, which is how I always think a touring plan in my head is it's a puzzle, and you're trying to put it all together while minimizing your weights. So my suggestion is from 4 o'clock to 7 o'clock before the party begins, you should go on any rides that are not open during the party if you're interested. Jungle Cruise would be the main one I'm thinking of for this year. And that would be a good time to eat dinner so that you're not using party time to sit down and do that. And then finally, during this time period, I would get in line for your highest priority difficult character. So I mentioned the party doesn't begin until 7, but the characters, especially the lines, definitely begin before that. And this year, I think at the first party, people were getting in line as early as 5 o'clock for some of the most popular characters. So if you have a must-do character that is difficult on your list, then you're gonna need to get lined up for them probably around 5 or 5:30. That way, when they do come out, and they may come out before 7, then you can meet them without using a couple hours of party time to do it. So that takes us up till 7 o'clock. From 7 to 9, I think it's a good time before the entertainment begins to do some shopping if you want to go on a few rides, maybe even fit another character or two in. And then from 9 to 11 is when you really want to focus on the fireworks. And you also want to go see the Hocus Pocus show, which is right on the stage in front of the castle. So this is a good time to take in those two things, which are exclusive to the party. And then finally, we have 11 p.m. to midnight, which is when you would want to go see the last parade that takes place, do some final trick-or-treating, and see if you can sneak in another character or another ride before you head out. So the last question is it worth it? Everyone always wants to know, is it worth it? Because obviously it's a big investment to spend hundreds of dollars for a whole family to go. And the answer to that really depends on your situation. How much time do you have? How much money do you have? What are your interests? But in general, I think if you have little ones, it's gonna be a lot, and I mean like really young ones, staying up till midnight is very difficult, and so you may be quite frustrated that you only get 2 hours of party time before they are completely ready to go. So it doesn't feel like that would be worth it. I also think you have to figure out what your priorities are. So for me, I really like fireworks, but the fireworks can be viewed outside the park. So when I go in September, I booked a dinner reservation that will allow me to watch the Hallowishes fireworks, but I'm not actually gonna be going to the Halloween party on that night. So if characters are your thing, fantastic, especially if they're ones that are exclusive to the party. So you have to figure out what's worth it what your priorities are to determine if it's worth it. But I think for people that really want to meet the characters and will enjoy the entertainment and have kids that can stay up late enough, it will be. So I think that wraps up everything for the Halloween party. For all the information about the party, click the link in the description.